Okay, everybody, in this video we're going to cover the basic graphics and graphic design in Figma, okay? This is going to start out slow. We're going to do the very basics, and then later in a different video we're going to learn how to do more advanced tricky stuff. So, right now, what we're looking at is a page that I want you to create where we use the screenshot that you should have already taken of your persona brief that you got from the random project generator. So we're going to have our brief on the left, and then we're going to have our task flow, which is like the way that the app will work, right, in a kind of linear fashion here. And we're going to have that be on a page, right, so that we can look at this when we need to. So let's go back to our newly created project here. So this is going to be, the graphic design for our basic app. But right now what we want to do is we want to make a different page because the persona and task flow is going to be a separate concept. So pages are here on the left, okay? I'm on page 1, right? The list of pages is here, which is I only have page 1, so there's just one. Right now I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to name it Low Fidelity Wireframe. Now, actually, I'm just going to say Low Fidelity Mobile, because we know we're working with wireframes. Okay, so now that's what that page is called, okay? I might make a different page. In fact, I will do this right now, and I would do Low Fidelity Desktop, right? So this might be more like a web page. And if we wanted to, we could put a frame here, right? We could put a frame here, and now we could choose from desktop. And I know that here's our MacBook Pro dimensions, right? And now we can design for that. We'll come back to that later, but right now I just wanted to show you the pages aspect. We have two different pages, right? Same app, but it's going to look pretty different depending on what format the user is using. Okay, so I want you to make another page for brief and task flow, okay? So first you're gonna go ahead and paste in your screenshot from, I can do copy and paste here, from your persona brief that we did in the beginning, right? So I can make that smaller or I can zoom out. So that's gonna do that. Okay, right? So that's our persona. So now let's start looking at some of the graphic design tools, the super basic ones. Okay, so here are shapes, right? We got rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon. Let's do a rectangle, right? I can make a rectangle. I can change the color. I can change the size. It's super easy. If I want to preserve the height to width ratio, I can hold down shift. Otherwise, you can make it any kind of weird version of a rectangle you want. Can click here. I can change the color right here by clicking on the little thumbnail of the color, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I can do rounded corners. I'm going to zoom in for this so you can see a little better. Oh, also, quick tip. When you're trying to, it's just like Photoshop. When you're trying to maneuver around the interface while zoomed in, hold down the space bar and we see the little hand tool here. And that I click and I can move around without actually affecting anything. It's just kind of like manipulating the workspace. Okay, so rounded corners, right? I just pull these circles in and I have rounded corners, starting to look like a button, which is eventually what we're gonna do. Okay, so let's leave that there. I'm gonna make it a little bit like lighter of a color because we're gonna put text in there eventually and we wanna be able to see the text. Ooh, I think I like that right now. Okay, so once again, I can hold down Shift or Option on a Mac, and I can make several of these. So I'm going to make the task flow. I'm kind of just like imitating this for now. So we have 4 pages, right? We have 4 pages in our low fidelity mobile. So we're going to have 4 items in our task flow because they flow from one to another. So I'll make it like this, like that, and then there's other stuff, of course. Okay, so let's take a look at the ellipse. So that can be like an oval. If you hold down shift, it'll always be a perfect square, right? So we'll use this circle a lot. And then we also have different kinds of polygons and stars. Let's see here. I still need to figure out like how to change the amount of sides on the star, because that's like the most important thing. Nope, didn't figure it out right there. What we're going to do here is we are going to use arrows. Okay, so arrows are used a lot in interface design. So there's an arrow. Let's see, how can we make that bigger? Let's see. Okay, so stroke is something that we want to get into. So first I'm going to show you the stroke on the rectangle. So if we want there to be a stroke, we're going to hit plus sign, right? And now you can see there's a little bit of a stroke, like the outline, right? And if we wanted to increase that, we can once again hit the arrow key, and you can see how like the stroke on the outside of the rectangle is increasing in thickness, right? And then let's see, let's arrow. I want to see how I can make it bigger. I can make it longer, but I'm not sure how to make it bigger. What? Let's try this stroke. There it is. Yeah, we just increased the stroke, and it makes the arrow bigger. So that gave me a good opportunity to talk about stroke. I'm going to hold down Shift when I create an arrow, and it will be either at 45-degree angles or straight, right? So I want it to be straight because I want this task flow to kind of go from one to the other, right? So I'm going to do this kind of thing, and then I have an arrow, right? And that's going to show us that that goes in. And we, of course, want to get in there and make this perfect, so I'm going to try. There we go. So now if we zoom out, that looks right, okay? And then we can use our text tool to do something like this, okay? So I'm going to end this video now, and I want you to make a task flow diagram in your Figma page that you made for Persona in Brief. And I want you to make a task flow that looks like this, but maybe with different colors and slightly different fonts, and so that I can tell that you did it on your own, basically. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.